Hi, I'm Jason Simpkins, editor of Secret Stock Files, and I'm here to answer your questions from the internet. What do you think the implications of the Restrict Act are when it comes to foreign-produced technology like TikTok? That's a difficult question to answer. I can tell you, coming from the defense and security perspective, cybersecurity is obviously of the utmost importance. I think we've seen a lot of, cyber breaches and data collections. China was desperate enough for our data that they flew a giant balloon over our country. They could probably, glean a lot more from people's cell phones, especially if they are in the government. At the same time, I know there are very fair constitutional concerns with respect to the free speech and platforms. But at the same time, I think we're all aware that China is an adversary. And I don't think, they're playing by any particular set of rules that we're governed by. So, I think it definitely warrants some action. How do you see the tensions between China and Taiwan playing out, and how will it affect the markets? Poorly. China is determined to retake Taiwan, and Taiwan is determined to retain its independence. The United States has a lot of allies in there, as well as a commitment, not necessarily to use military force in the event of an invasion, but we haven't ruled it out either. And China certainly hasn't ruled out its own military actions there. They developed a lot of weapons and procedures. Just a few weeks ago, the Taiwanese president visited the United States, and in response to that, just like the time when Nancy Pelosi visited Taiwan, China responded with massive military exercises around the island, practiced blockading it, practiced, basically denying U.S. access and our allies' access to that area if it comes to that. But we all know that's not going well. Given what China said, what its President Xi Jinping has said, is that he wants his military to be ready to retake Taiwan by 2027. I think the United States security apparatus is basically anticipating that's kind of where it's going to end up. It could happen sooner, it could happen later, but I think we all know we're heading for some conflict there. As far as how the markets will respond, they will tank. They're not gonna like that. So I think everything but probably defense contractors, which I think is going to come up in this next question. With the U.S. offering financial and military assistance to Ukraine, what are some domestic marketplace to keep an eye on? Anytime it comes to defense investing, you start with what's called the Big Five, or the five primes. Those are Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, General Dynamics, Raytheon, and Boeing. With those five companies, you're going to cover probably 80% of the U.S. defense market. Most, if not all, of those companies are probably up by double digits. I know I've had a few in my portfolio, still do. They're up probably 40-50% in just the past year or so. The one outlier there I would be cautious with is Boeing. I held Boeing for a long time, and then two of its planes crashed. That was a difficult time. I don't really know if they fully recovered from that or not, but those are the defense stocks you'd start with. What is happening in regards to the debt ceiling, and will it lead to a recession? What's going on with the debt ceiling? Well, if Congress raises the debt ceiling, everything will be fine. If Congress doesn't raise the debt ceiling, the economy will implode. So, depending on how Congress acts, we would probably see a recession at that point. What are your takeaways from the Pentagon leaks? The United States needs to do a better job of keeping and maintaining its sensitive information. Over the past year or so, we've had two presidents get caught with classified information in their private residences, just lying around, or offices. We just had the Pentagon leak situation where a 21-year-old Air Force reservist was able to get access to pretty classified information. I will say there wasn't anything in there especially revealing. It was embarrassing for the United States, but it does kind of suggest, for the United States, are you guys keeping your house in order? Can you be trusted with some of these secrets? Whether when our allies are looking at us, can they trust us to take care of their most sensitive information? That's kind of something that could give us a bit of a black eye. But at the same time, like I said, our allies rely on us to kind of, be their eyes and ears and give them a heads up about things and be on top of a lot of the world affairs. that comes with being the world's only superpower. And so that's it. I'm Jason Simpkins, editor of Secret Stockpiles. If you have any questions, comment below.